Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's K-Wife here. Hopefully you're having a great day today. And great to see everybody today. Shadow, please don't do that. I'm just starting my stream. Try to be a good cat. Come up here. Come up here. Don't be a bad person, Shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hold my cat the whole time because she's being ridiculous, so. Alright, oh my gosh. I can hear my thing. Alright, so great to see you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. And I know my cat is not a person, but alright. So, I have had a lot of stuff I've been doing this week. Well, not a lot, but I've just been tidying up the house. Lucas had to get up several times in the morning and basically record with me because I was too tired the night before. So so I finally got to stream, and I made a lot of, it takes me a while to make thumbnails, so I made a lot of thumbnails for some future, like, different streams, Animal Crossing, etc. So anyway, yeah, that intro was pretty crazy, but,
Strangers flaunting arms among us. What is the world coming to?
I guess I bribed him, but I don't know. Oh, wait, now I'm incognito. Okay. Alright. That's interesting. So, anyway, great to see you guys. And, yeah, I had a lot of stuff I had to do this week. And, you know, I'm just glad I get to finally stream a little bit. We're going to do some more community streams on the channel. And, a bunch of stuff. Looks like I don't... Okay, there we go. There's my medicine. Alright, so I've got my cat. I'm holding my cat here because she's very old, so great to see you guys. Ruben, Dylan, Samuel, Jack, and Zach, Gray, Resident Links, Austin, and Brandon, and Ruben, and everybody. So great to see you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully, I'm just gonna check the levels. So my cat is she's very old, and I've come to realize that one of the main reasons why she cries a lot is because she just wants love and attention, which is very... Shadow, you're very frustrated. Ah! What are you doing, Shadow? Okay. Shadow, what are you doing? Okay, my cat is just acting insane right now. I'm trying to put it on the bright side, but she's over here. She literally just was, like, meowing for attention. Then I pick her up, I'm petting her, and then she tries to bite me, so I don't know what she wants. Anyway, so that's fun. So, last time we were here, there was someone we were supposed to assassinate on a tower. Didn't quite work out that way, so we might just go to the next town, because I have no idea what we're supposed to do. Like, we could try it again. We'll try it one more time, and if we can't assassinate this person, then we're just gonna have to move on, because
What kind of trash is this?
oh, I already got the stuff in there. Oops.
Nice
Alright, so I mean, we'll do our best to try to get what's in this tower. Last time we spent a long time trying to get it. Alright, these guys weren't supposed to... So we'll just try one more time with the tower, and if we can't get it, I don't know. I feel like I was either in a glitch or or I was missing something, like there was somewhere I was supposed to go that I didn't understand. So, let's see. So, I hope everybody's having a great morning. Like, I've been going to this, like, weird little park area that's kind of a park, but kind of like, it's kind of behind some houses, I guess. And so that's been kind of nice. I really do like going to parks and stuff. It makes me feel a little bit better in the morning, and you know, it's nice. Well, that's the tower that we're supposed to assassinate somebody in. Darn it. I don't want to do this again. Like, if we can't get this right away, then forget about it. Alright, so we go to this tower. Let's see if we know... Ezio, what are you doing exactly? Okay. Darn it. Okay, there we go. Alright, me and camera angles are not mixing very well. Great job, Ezio. Okay. Up here... Oh, okay. There we go. Now, that looks like it's significant, but I don't know what that is. Alright, so we're gonna try this, these towers again real quick. And if for some reason we can't get them, then we'll just move on to another town area, because... Like, last time I got up exactly where it said I was supposed to go, and it didn't, do it. At least Ezio, or my Ezio, is becoming a little better at climbing. Oops. That was not very stealthy. Okay, so the tower is that tower, and we already got to the top of that tower, so I don't really understand, like... Spiky hug. Spiky hug. Cold prickly hug. Okay. So this is what we should have been doing last time. Is just following this rope. Ezio! Oh my gosh. Oh, virtual hugs, Brady Power. Oh, I'm so sorry you have a bad headache today. Oh. That's never fun. I'm sure that Ezio's is kind of... Oh, Brady Power, I mentioned you in yesterday's episode of Mario, so because Luke was saying that, you know, my Bowser Jr. voice is getting better, and I said, well, I'm channeling Brady Power, so he's Brady Power's little profile picture is my muse to get better at the I just don't know if we're gonna, well, you know, we're gonna try to get to the top here, guys, and then if we can't end up assassinating this person that we're supposed to assassinate, then we're just gonna move on to the next area.
Get him! Which way did he go? Leave me alone! I swear I something to do with the head killer! Get him! This will not be looking easy. There he is! Raju! That's not enough. No! The devil's longing to greet you.
Darn it! Ezio, what are you doing? Oh, why did you also fall down, Ezio?
Is he an entertainer of some kind?
Oh, he saw, okay. Alright, so... Alright, so let's try this again, and, yeah, I mean, that, I don't want to say that cutscene was a little crazy in the beginning, or the intro. That's kind of the intro that plays on the game when you're just, like, when you're leaving it idly by. We'll play that, so...
Where's that one?
It's, I mean, I guess I can't wait for that point in the story, I guess, so that will be interesting. Man, I wish I could run up the wall like that in real life. Okay, so this... Alright, so we're gonna try to, get this guy again, and, so... I'm not sure what the best way is to actually get these, like, once I get up the walls, like, maybe I have to go behind them is better. I don't think I'm really doing this, like, the way that I should be doing it. Dude, really cramping my style here. Okay.
You shouldn't be up. But you don't let him escape. There. Don't look.
Hug time. Yeah, so, I mean, I think I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna try to shoot for Tuesdays and Thursdays that I do, like, different, like, community streams, and that I'm including, like, stuff like Animal Crossing, etc. I know people probably won't want me to visit their towns, like, every single week on Animal Crossing, so...
You should not be up here.
So I'm shooting for that. I'm just trying to, I just really want to, just try to get this guy, because it's like, I don't know why this tower thing didn't work last time. I got all the way to the top of the tower, and I really was hoping I could either fail really quickly or succeed really quickly at the beginning of this stream and then, like, move on, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
There he is, not on the my watch.
Hug time. Alright, so that is the next, that's the other tower. Like, I've gotten pretty much, I mean, a lot of people from all the towers there. So this is, I think, how we're supposed to do this, where I just drop down here. Oh, thank you for subscribing to the KwingsLetsPlays channel. Yeah, it's weird. Before I actually started this stream, I had a lot to talk about, but now that I'm, just trying to get this tower thing, I don't really have much to talk about except for trying to figure out how to do this. Like, I'm at the tower, I'm at the top. This is who I'm supposed to assassinate. I really hope I just ran into a glitch last time.
Get down, you! I won't shoot them. That's it.
This is exactly what I did last time. Well, I'm just gonna move on. I mean, it says that thing's lighting up, like... That's awesome, Dylan. Says my brother and I are hanging out with my dad today. Hey, Cammy, happy birthday. Alright, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I've been to this top of this tower a million times before. I have no clue. It says he's on top of the tower. I'm literally right here on top of the tower. It says I'm supposed to be... It says he should be right behind me. He should be here. He should be right where I am standing. He's not here. I don't know what is going on. Well, I'm out of here. Like, we tried to assassinate him. We're gonna move on to the next town. Like, that's how I feel about it. It's like, At least I'm becoming a little better at... I hope you're having a good birthday, Cammy. Happy birthday. Well, I'm just gonna go this direction. That kind of hurt, but at least I'm out of this town. I don't know why. I've been to the top of that tower a million times. Like, I don't know what I was supposed to do. We're gonna go somewhere else on the map. Sorry. I know there were other places I could go on the map, so I'm gonna try going to one of those places. I don't know why. We're just gonna ride around on our horse for a little bit. I don't know. Alright, we already did this mission. Well, I'm gonna try to go somewhere else. We're gonna move on to the next area, because I don't know, I've gone to the top of the tower a million times. I kind of feel like I wasn't supposed to be there. Honestly.
To stop, interrupt my day to deal with a big... Give me a reason not to throw you.
Alright, I feel like I'm... Oh my gosh, I'm just like creating violence in the middle of the day. I could destroy 6 men before breakfast. Alright. Alright, I took their horse. Joke's on them. Darn it! Okay, I'm just... Like, it just keeps leading me back here, whereas last time it gave me an option to go somewhere else. I'm just gonna go to I'm gonna go to a different town. Maybe it will realize that I don't want to be in that town anymore. Alright, so we're gonna go towards Florence. That way... So I'm just getting used to this game. I guess these are there are different conspirators, and I have to catch the different people. Okay. Well, if anyone has any advice, you can definitely help, but I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Yeah, guys, yeah, let's just go back to our villa. I think we're gonna do that. Where we call home. Oh, actually, so I don't know what I'm doing, but just so you guys know, like, you know, like, I know that I don't like to, like, I basically don't like to go too much into, like, when people have issues in the chat, I don't like to go into it. The FTC is watching me very carefully. Mainly people that, the FTC sees people that are having issues in the chat as mainly, like, younger audience. Because younger people end up having issues in the chat. By the time that you get older, you kind of get used to people being jerks to you, and you know how to deal with it by then. When you're younger, you don't, because you want people to be kind, and the world isn't a kind place. So, you know, people that usually have a lot of issues in their chat, the FTC sees as, like, you know, like, or if I go out of my way to try to help, then the FTC sees that as, you know, I have a younger audience, which can get my channel taken down. So I don't really like to go into it. I can't always solve people's problems or go into it anymore, because I literally could have my channel taken down for excessively talking about it or helping people with issues that they're having. But, you know, just from my personal experience and stuff like that, you know, yeah, I mean, my best advice is to block people, but also it's not good to always, you can't always block people in online and in life. Sometimes even better advice than blocking people would be to just learn to deal with it. Just mentally block them with your mind. Just, you know, don't, you know, I have people that come in on my chat and say, you know, really rude things to me all the time. And some people, like, you know, they always come back. After 6-7 years, they'll come back again. And, you know, they'll never stop coming back. And, you know, like, the hardest thing is when the person is not they're not doing anything especially wrong. They just don't like me. They're just always attacking me, etc. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not. It doesn't, you know, those are the kind of people where it's hard to deal with, because they're just always kind of a pain in, like, they're always kind of, you know, saying something rude and etc. But the best way to deal with that is just, you know, you just have to mentally block it out of your mind. You just have to, you know, you know, if you block them, then they'll accuse you of being meaner than they were to begin with. And in some ways, it is kind of mean to block people. So then you can end up being meaner than them by blocking them. So it's just, you know, human relationships are very difficult because everybody's different. When you're online, everybody's going to come from a different place. Everyone has a different value system, things that they feel are wrong or right. You know, there's a lot of people that say, you know, like, that, you know, there is no real way to know what's wrong or right at it. You know, like, that everyone has a different opinion of that. I do personally believe that, you know, things are wrong or right, but, you know, you're never going to convince anybody else of that. You know, you know, and if you believe something is right, it doesn't matter. Like, when you're around strangers and stuff, they're never going to be convinced of it. Like, so there's always going to be, if you always believe you're always right, then there'll always be an argument, because you'll both think that you're right all the time, and the argument will never end. The best way is just to, you know, just try to mentally not worry about it. Like, the person says you're an idiot, or the person says they don't like you, just prove them wrong by your actions. Just don't engage. Just be like, well, whatever. Just think to yourself mentally in your mind, okay, they said something horrible about me that really hurt my feelings, but, you know, I'm not gonna let this bother me, because you know, I know that I'm not an idiot, you know, and they're obviously saying that I'm an idiot because, you know, they are having a bad day. So just, like, think of it in your mind, you know, like, work it through in your mind, like, okay, this person is saying something very awful and rude, but I don't have to respond, you know, and it's actually easier to deal with it on a chat than it is in real life. I have people in real life that I have to see Christmas, Thanksgiving, and they've said horrible things about me. They hate me, and I honestly, that's why I don't. And I'm no better than anyone else, because it's hard for me to deal with that myself, because I want to stand up for myself and say, no, I'm not. I didn't do these horrible things. I didn't say this to you. You know, this person is wrong, but they're never gonna, sometimes you'll never be believed. Sometimes no one will believe you. Sometimes nobody will, it won't matter what you say. They're still gonna think what they think about you. You know, and it doesn't mean, just because somebody is saying, like, say one of my subscribers, say, you know, like, say, you know, I don't want to use any of you guys as an example, but, like, say somebody is in the chat and they're just, like, somebody says, like, what's his name, you know, did this, or so-and-so did this. I'm not going to automatically believe that, like, because everybody, so just because somebody says something about you in the chat, and just because you say something about somebody else in the chat, doesn't mean I'm going to believe that. I'm not saying you guys are liar faces, but I think that people had misunderstandings, and I think that, yeah, I think that some people are always trying to, I don't want to say people are always trying to cause issues, but I do think that, you know, but the thing is, I think that most people just want to watch the stream. They want to watch the gameplay. They want to watch the video, so they're not gonna, you know, they're not here to make issues, like, so I'm not gonna believe, no matter how much you say, you know, this person is always a troublemaker. I don't believe that. Like, I believe that everybody is trying to watch the video. So I'm not gonna believe you if you're telling me that somebody's always a troublemaker. And if somebody is saying behind, you know, your back that you're a troublemaker, I'm not gonna believe them either. You know, I'm on everybody's side, and it, like, I know that seems like weird, but like, I don't see it like that. Like, just because somebody says something, I'm not, like, even if someone says it a million times over and over again, I'm not gonna necessarily believe that. I'm not taking sides, and just because somebody says something rude about you, it's not like, oh my gosh, now the K-Wings see that somebody said this about me, they're gonna believe this horrible thing about me. Honestly, literally, I'm telling you. Okay, my husband Luke was in a car accident. He hit his head, and his family, from Illinois, I came to Massachusetts. His family told me that he was making it up, that he was hurt. Everybody said that. Everyone in the church said that. Everyone in his family said that. His dad is a pastor, somebody who's supposed to be trusted, somebody who's everyone's supposed to listen to, a person of authority. My dad was a pastor. My parents said he was making it up, etc. Honestly, just because somebody says horrible things about you doesn't mean it's true. They should all be embarrassed because I've been married to my husband for 14 years. I took him to I got him an MRI. I got him to all these different medical treatments, and it was proven that he never made anything up. So they are the liar faces, and they're in positions of authority, and they're the ones that, basically almost ruined our lives trying to make people believe something about us. I don't automatically believe, even if every single human being in the entire chat says that you're a bad person, I don't believe them. I do not believe people unless I see it happening in front of me. Even if I see it happening in front of me, even if you're mean or you're angry to somebody, I am going to believe and think like, oh, you are maybe having a bad day, maybe something is wrong. I am not going to automatically judge you or anything like that. I'm not that kind of person. I do not think like that. And you don't have to worry. Like, I don't think like that. So I don't know, you guys don't have to worry. Like, I'm not a perfect person, and I'm just a human being, but I don't think the way that people think. I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm saying, but even if everyone in the whole world says that you're a bad person, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means everyone in the whole world thinks you're a bad person. They could all be wrong. Honestly. That's why my faith is so important to me, because I believe if everyone in the world says I'm a bad person, and I'm not, then I believe there's one person that believes me, then that's God. That's the only way that I can live my life, because if I do everything that I can do in my power to be a good person, and nobody believes me, and everybody hates me, then it's okay. It is okay. If everybody hates me, it is okay. Because I know that I'm doing the best that I possibly can. And I just know that. And then I do not have to worry. Of course I feel upset and sad and, hurt that people would say such horrible things about me. But, I don't need to worry about it, So you guys just don't, I'm gonna end up deleting comments where people are arguing a lot, etc. It's not, I don't have anything against you, it's just, I cannot have that kind of stuff in my chat, a lot of it. I don't mind if you guys argue a little bit, but if it continues to go on for a long time, then I'll probably delete it. If I'm not there, and you guys are arguing, I don't want to continue it the next day. Like, if somebody argued with you yesterday, unless they said something horrible, like, they made a horrible comment about someone in your family, or they said something awful, unless it was horrible, if it was just an argument about a game or something, I don't really want to continue it to the next day. Like, I understand that it matters to you because your feelings were hurt, but it doesn't matter. I just have to run the chat. Like, I cannot think about it. I cannot worry. A long time ago, I could have worried about people's feelings, etc., but I can't. I have to show everybody online and the government and stuff that this is a channel for adults. Everybody here is an adult. Even though I know very well that on the internet there are people of all ages, and the FTC doesn't know that, so I understand that, but I am not supposed to have, so I'm supposed to have only older audiences watching all my videos. So if people are getting very emotional and upset and hurt, it makes my channel look like it's going to be taken down. So it's not good for me. It's not good. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's very difficult. Dealing with mean people but what you perceive as mean is one of the hardest things in the world. Because sometimes they perceive you as mean too, which is very weird because, when you try to do everything you possibly can to be nice and they think of you as being mean, everybody has a different perspective. Some people really are just, they're not, their whole being isn't mean. They don't see the mean from the inside out, but they are in a mean place. Like, they're in an angry place. They have things not going well for them, so they're mean right now. Or they've been mean for a while. They may have been mean for a few months or a few years. Or their whole life because things haven't working out for them. They're not... I don't believe that people are bad inherently, though. I don't believe... I think that... I believe that everything God created was good. So I think all people, they're good creations. They're good people. And I cannot believe that there's anyone who is bad. Everybody is trying their best, and life is a very difficult place to be. And some people have more difficulties than other people. So you may perceive yourself as being nice, but if you were going through what the other person was going through, you might be meaner than they were because they're dealing with more than you are. So you have to realize that, and then you coming down hard on them, always saying they're mean, is actually hurting them more than, than however they seem to be hurting you. It's, I don't know to how to explain it, but, I'm not, I can't deal with it, and sometimes, like, I won't be there for the premieres, etc. I can't always be there. Sometimes you will have an argument that goes on and on in the chat. The only way you can, end the argument is just to ignore the person. And sometimes they'll keep harassing you. So if they harass you to the point where it hurts so bad you have to block them, then yes, go ahead and block them. But don't automatically go and block everyone, because you never know. If you start doing that, make a habit of it, then you'll just start to block everyone in the chat, in your life. You can't always get away from people that are difficult to deal with, because sometimes when you get rid of a person that's somewhat difficult to deal with, you end up having to deal with somebody who's even more difficult after that. Case in point, like my, I had very difficult issues with my family a long time ago, and, my in-laws were always telling me, you need to block them, you need to not talk to them, etc. I stopped talking to my family, tried to get away from them for a little bit, to try to sort things out. My in-laws ended up being 1,000 times worse than my family. And then after that, at that point, they were able to use what I did, which is saying like, oh, well, you always just block people, or you just always, judge people, Amber. When I wasn't the one who wanted to judge them, they told me they kind of used it against me. And then I was, they were like, oh, well, you just always, judge people. You always just automatically block people, etc. And then they could use that against me and say I was too sensitive. So that's the thing, is like, if somebody's coming into the chat and they're very like bullying nature, the worst thing you can possibly do is tell someone about it. Like, don't say like, hey, this person's being a bully. Don't say that, because the person in the chat can see you say that. Like, our admins and us, we're here to try to keep you somewhat, like, emotionally safe, like, in a way. Like, just try to make people have a good time. So if you don't have to tell anybody that somebody, like, if they're really being a bully and, and nobody's seeing it, but you don't have to say it. If you say it, then they can see you say that. And then they will come and attack you. And then we have to deal with having to deal with that situation, which has escalated even worse than it was before. So, I don't know if I'm explaining it, but it's not good. It's not good to say, it's not good to call people out by their name. Also, like, that instigates things. I have dealt with a lot of people that, you know, are very, in my life, in real life and online. If people are very unstable and they're feeling off, they're feeling angry, they're having a bad day, if you call their name, if you say at them, you know, you are being a bully, if you say their name, that is like an attack. That feels like a direct attack to them personally. Or if you even talk about them, you say so-and-so is being a bully, or so-and-so is not following the rules. Even if you say not following the rules, it feels like a personal attack to them because you called their name. So it would be better, just try to just enjoy, like, don't worry about it. Like, if somebody is saying, this is not, like, you know, I know that for younger people, you're used to going to your friend's or cousin's house and everyone's having a good time and stuff. When you're online, this is more like, this is like how the real world is. It's difficult. People are not always kind. And eventually, you're going to have to end up working at a place that is not kind. But I disagree with, I had a family member that basically told me, well, this is how jobs are. Like, you just have to get a thick skin. You have to get used to it. This is how people treat each other. I don't believe that. And I refuse to believe that. I do not believe that people can treat each other like that and it can continue. And that's what I love about, you know, younger people, is that you guys still have hope, that things do not have to be that way. And I honestly believe that, you know, I honestly believe that, like, I was just thinking about this the other week, that, you know, like, there's that age-old, like, proverb that talks about how there's no peace for the wicked. You know, people that continually cause arguments and stuff, all they know is arguments. They don't know what it's like to have peace. And I was just thinking about this with, you know, some stuff with my in-laws and stuff like this, people that are always attacking me, always, and then they accuse me of being too sensitive when I'm saying, no, this isn't how it should be, like, you know, this isn't normal, always attacking people, like, something needs to change, it has to change. And they're saying to me, no, you're too sensitive, this is how life is. My thing is, life is what you make it. If you think that life is all about attacking people and causing issues, then that's what life will be, I feel. But if you think that life can be better and that you can, I personally believe with all my heart that if you, like, say you are at a very difficult, like, job, and your boss is being just awful to you, I believe that this too shall pass. I believe that, you know, I believe with all my heart that something will happen eventually. If you believe and you hope for a better situation, and you try your very best to endure that situation, or you believe that that situation should not continue, I do believe with all my heart that something will happen. Either you will get fired, so you will not have to work there anymore, which you will see as bad, but in reality it was good, because now you don't have to deal with the abuse anymore. Or your boss will get fired, or somebody will end up working there who is like a friend to you. Something will eventually change. If you believe that it can change for the better, something eventually will change and things will be different. And it will change. But if you believe that it will never change and that this is how people are, and that, you know, people are supposed to just treat each other like garbage all the time, then I don't believe it will change. I don't think it will ever change for you. Because you don't believe that it will change, so it won't. It won't, you know, you think it's okay that people are treated like this. That's why, you know, there's so many things that say, like, guard your heart above all else. Whatever is in your heart, I believe, is what is going to happen. Like, if you believe that the world can be a better place, then in your heart, you are believing that. And then things have the ability to change. Other people believe that it just changes because your heart is good. I personally believe that, like God will see your heart, that you want things to be different, and that He will make it change. And that, I don't know, that's what I personally believe. And I just, I know that, darn it, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but just don't worry about it. Like, don't, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Well, again, oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, this is a lookout point. Okay, good. Okay. There we go. Yeah, exactly, Blackwing. Like, this too shall pass. I believe that, if you believe that it will pass, that you are trusting that things will get better, then it will. Something will happen. And I have found in my life that something always happens. Sometimes the thing that happens, you think this is the worst thing that could have happened, but it will be better than it was before. Like, you loved the job, you wanted to do this job that you were going to do, and it was going to be great, and everything was going to be great, and your career was going to go great, but there was a person that was cruel to you at the job, and they were just, just messing everything up, and it was just horrible circumstance, and so you lose the job. But don't worry, like, I believe you will get a job like that again, or better, but you have to believe for good, because otherwise, that's the thing. Like, if you believe that it will not, I don't know, I don't want to go into it, but it's just like, if you believe that it will not, if you believe this is how people are supposed to treat each other, and this is just how life is, and you just need to accept it, then I don't think anything will change. And that's why I think, there's all those things, all those sayings about people's heart, that your heart is so important, and I think it is. I think it's so important what you believe in your heart, and it will change everything about your life. Like, it will change everything. Anyway, so that's just, I don't know how I got on that topic, but just, don't worry about it. Like, don't, this is the real, like, the chat, the internet, there's people of all ages. Like, if you're used to going to your friend's house and having a great time and everyone is nice to you, when you're younger, everyone is nice to you. When you're older, people are not always nice to you. But the thing is that I believe, like Blackwing said, like his grandma said, this too shall pass. So when you're older, you can still have that peace. But you have to believe, like with your childlike spirit, you have to believe for better. Because if you give in and you act like every other adult out there, 90% of adults or 80% of them, that just say, well, this is just how life is, and I'm just gonna act like everyone else because everyone else is being mean to me, I don't think it will pass, because you're just like, it won't pass, because then you become part of the problem. Your mind and the way you think is, you've just become one of the people that hurt you a long time ago, and that's why the world is the way it is today. Is that people have been so beaten down by life that they just end up becoming the same. So, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just don't worry. Like, if somebody, I can't always deal with it. I do care if people are, hurting each other or whatever in the chat, but in general, like, yes, people can hurt you very badly, and the worst thing is when they hurt you and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot, you can't get revenge, you can't get even. You want to get even, you want to make things fair, But but it cannot be fair. Darn it. But the best thing you can do is know that if that person continues to hurt people like that, eventually, I mean, they have to come up against a brick wall eventually. Like, something has got to happen to them. And honestly, you don't even have to think of it like that. You know, you don't even have to think of it like that. Think of it like they have no, you know, there is no peace for the wicked. They, you know, they will not, eventually they just have no peace. Like, think of it, how sad it is that all they know is arguing. Like, they don't know, they don't actually know, they don't have that happy, like, you feel hurt. The reason why you feel hurt when someone hurts you is because you know that this is not, you know in your heart that this is not how you're used to being treated. This is not how you're supposed to be treated. No, you have a different image in your mind of a better way that people are usually treating you, and now online they're treating you very badly, and so it's very messed up to you. You're thinking, oh my gosh, this is so weird and this is hurting me. The reason why you're hurt is because you are used to expecting good things out of other people, and when people are mean, then, you know, it really hurts because you're expecting so much different. And it hurts because you're thinking, why would anyone do this? But they're not even thinking that. They're not thinking, aha, I'm going to be evil today and hurt you. They're thinking, I'm just going to be my normal self and treat people the way I always do. And they have no idea that the way they're treating people is wrong. They cannot even comprehend it. They're just sitting there, like, to them, they're just treating everybody the way that they normally treat everyone. So that's the thing, is that when you say, like, over and over again, like, this person is being rude and they're being hurtful, etc., to them, they're the ones who are shocked because they don't see themselves as rude. They see it as completely normal because they don't have any peace in their heart. The fact that you guys, you know, get hurt, and the fact that you have the ability to be hurt and it hurts your feelings, it proves that... Oh, I have to be anonymous. Okay, this is where I'm supposed to go. Darn it. The fact that you get hurt, the fact that younger people get hurt and their feelings get hurt proves... Don't ever let anyone ever in your whole life ever tell you that being sensitive and getting hurt is weakness, because it's not. It's strength. It proves that you see a better reality. You see a better version of how people could treat each other. And when people are mistreating each other in the chat or in your life, it bothers you. It hurts you that they're acting this way, because you are a stronger person than them. That is why. You are not weak. You are a stronger person than them, because you see in your heart that they do not need to act this way. And I refuse to believe the lie that society says that you are weak when you were hurt, because you were strong when you were hurt, because you know that life doesn't have to be this way. And that's what I love about, like, you know, younger people, but also you can carry that with you your whole life. You can know your whole life. You can treat people well your whole life. You don't have to be like, you know, like little kids go up to people and give them balloons and hug them. You can be kind your whole life. You don't have to, it doesn't have to go away when you're not a little kid anymore. You can continue to be kind. And so it doesn't make, I don't see you guys as sensitive if you're calling out in the chat like, this person is being mean, this person is being rude. I don't see you as sensitive. I see you as you are, like, crying like, oh my gosh, there's a great injustice to be done. But the thing is, the FTC sees people that are, you know, that if I have to deal with a lot of issues in the chat, then they see my audience is younger and they will take my channel down. But I'm just telling you guys, for the record, I do not see you as bad for You know, if you are hurt, I do not see that as weakness, because I see that as strength, because it hurts you that things are not the way that they should be. Whereas the other people, you know, they're so used to people mistreating each other, they do not know the difference between, you know, good and bad anymore. They have forgotten. You know? So, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's just, I don't even know where I went on with my rambling, but it's just, you know, I appreciate, I know that, you know, so it's okay. It's okay to be hurt, but what you do when you're hurt is what, you know, you have to eventually learn that if you say, like, this person is really bad and I'm blocking them, then now you've actually ended up hurting them. So you have to be, it's very difficult to be a good person in life, because honestly, you have to let people hurt you a little bit. And then you have to know inside of yourself that, no, you know, like, they are, you know, they're wrong. I'm not weak. I'm not sensitive. I'm not, you know, and then eventually, because people notice that you're trying to be kind, that you're just trying to be a good person, they'll eventually start saying lies about you, all kinds of things. Like, they'll get mad at you because, you know, it bothers them that you have peace inside of you that they don't have. So, you know, yeah, they're eventually going to start being really mean to you. And sometimes that, I see that play out on our chat a lot. There are a lot of, like my grandfather always used to say, like, you know, kids are so kind because they're closer to heaven. And I do always believe, that. So you see people that are, like, younger, and, you know, you see these older people, you know, coming into the chat and being really mean to them, picking on them, being rude, and that's just, you know, eventually, I don't really know how to deal with it. It's my lifelong thing of trying to figure out how to deal with rude and hurtful people, but it's, you know, you have to somehow, when you're online, like, this is, like, online is like the real world. I cannot make online, the online world, I cannot make it like your cousin's house or your, you know, your neighbor's house where everyone is nice. It cannot be like that, because this is how, you know, I'm not saying that everything everyone does is right, but I cannot change reality to make the world and the chat and everyone online who's coming in nicer, or everybody's version of nicer, because it won't I can't change it. Like, I you know, all we can do is change the little area of little patch of land around us. You know, like how you treat your own grandmother, or, you know, how you treat, you know, the couple kids that, or I don't want to say that word. How, if you're in college, how you treat your teachers, or how you treat your friends at school, or how you treat your boss, or, you know, eventually, even mean people, you know, they're not just, you have to look at it from their perspective. Like, even mean people, after a while, if you don't go out of your way to, like, if you don't go out of your way to point them out, or you don't go out of your way to, you know, also hurt them back, eventually they should stop. Sometimes they don't, and that's, you know, that becomes very abusive, and at that point, yeah, I want to ban people, or you need to eventually cut people out of your life. But you have to, at some point, try to deal with them, because, you know, you just have to be thankful for what you have. Maybe your neighbors and people that are around you, or your coworkers or your teachers, are really mean, but just think of it, it could be worse. Like, just be thankful for what you have, because sometimes if you cut people out of your life, then, or you ban them, or you block them, or whatever, sometimes even worse people come in. So just, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just, I don't know why I was talking about this the whole time, but just try to, I don't know, just try to mentally tell yourself every time someone is being mean to you, just tell yourself, no, you know, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a fool. I'm not trying, like people say horrible things like, you're just trying to be cool, or you're just trying to be this when you're not. You know, whatever they're trying to say to you, don't, you know, I don't think that about you. I think that you're wonderful. Like, if some idiot in the chat is coming in and saying horrible things, you don't have to think, oh my gosh, everyone in the chat thinks. Like, when I was younger, if somebody would say something horrible to me, I felt the need to defend myself all the time. Because I think, now everyone thinks this about me. I don't think that everyone thinks that about you. And if they do, then they're all idiots. And if they're all idiots, then you don't have... Well, then that's bad, and it's hard. But I'm just saying, like, our chat, you know, we're not perfect. But you don't have to worry if somebody mocks you in the chat or whatever. You know, people just want to watch the stream. They're not thinking, like, if somebody says something horrible about you, and you think this person said something horrible about me, you know, everyone thinks this about me. They don't. I guarantee you, from a perspective of a person where I, you know, used to think like that, I guarantee you, you know, unless they're all idiots, which we could be all idiots, but I'm just saying, they don't think that about you. Like, we don't think that about you. You don't have, if there's a bully in the chat, you don't have to worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, they don't, just know inside yourself that we all think you're wonderful. If you've been in the chat, like, every day, you know, you're always talking to people, everyone knows you, you don't have to worry what some Yahoo off the internet says about you. You know, they're wrong. They're false. Anyway, sorry for all the rambling. I don't know. Just rambling around. Eventually, I'm gonna need to take out my assassination targets. Don't be so serious. Sorry, Blackwing. I gave you everybody a speech while you just woke up and stuff, but it's just, yeah, just don't worry about it. So I'm not gonna always be there in the chat to, like, get rid of arguments. You know, people are just gonna argue. Sometimes they're gonna argue. If there's an admin or me around, we'll, you know, try to do our best. But, you know, to solve the situation. But if we yell at everyone involved, then all those people are gonna leave. And if every time there's an argument, all those people are gonna leave and never watch again. So we can't always step in and, you know, pronounce judgment, morality judgment on everybody and say, you're a good person, you're not. Because you guys are all good people. Even the people that are coming in and being kind of bullying or whatever, they're good people too. They're just in a very rough spot in their life. Maybe they have not been nice to people for many, many years, but they're still good inside. I still believe they are good. Somewhere inside, they are good. They're in the wrong mindset. They're in the mindset of, everyone in life acts this way, I'm gonna act this way too, because there's nothing else. There's no good in life. So I'm just gonna act like this too. But, you know, I don't know. It just, you guys just be your little selves of light and kindness. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. If somebody says to you more than like 7 or 8 times the same insult over and over again, yeah, then we'll probably end up. But if you're instigating it, if you keep saying, you know, like, blah 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 is bullying me, or blah 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 is saying this, don't say anything. Let you know, if nobody's in the chat, if there's no admins in the chat, yeah, I mean, stand up for yourself. But, like, if there's people that are actively there trying to handle it, then don't worry about it. Yeah, I understand, like, you think, like, they're not handling it right or whatever. That's completely fine. Like, and it's, nobody's perfect. Like, maybe we don't always handle it right, but try to know within yourself, if somebody is saying something so rude and horrible to you, just try to let it go. Let them say it like 3 times. try to let it go 3 times. Just count to 3. Like, let them say 3 awful things about you and just see if they stop. Maybe they will stop. If they don't stop after 3 awful things, then say something and get it taken care of. But just try to let like 3 things go by and just know that it's going to be okay. Like, they probably won't be back tomorrow. And if they are, and they continue, if they're back every day, and they're always saying awful things to people, they're eventually gonna get banned anyway. But, you can't be like Minority Report. You can't just ban somebody for thinking wrong. You can't just ban somebody because they appear like they're going to start bullying people eventually, and eventually they're gonna be a problem maker. You don't know people's hearts. You don't know. They might be in a bad mood that day. They might come back tomorrow and be nicer. You have to believe that things can change. So anyway, I'm sorry for the huge rant. I didn't really accomplish much. I'm going to go on another save file and try this. But I hope you guys have a great morning. Ezio says he hopes you have a great morning. And I'm sorry for talking so long. But anyway, so I hope you guys have a great day. And I really ranted a long time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys have a great morning. God bless and happy gaming. See ya!